Hey, what's up, guys? Back with another stream. Hope you guys are doing okay. We're checking out X-Plane 11.20 beta, the VR version, and been testing it out quite a bit. Today we're back in the Cessna, only flying certified planes, because they seem to work best at this point with the beta. Back in the C-172, the G-1000. And we're going to be flying around Juneau a little bit, just to check out some of the scenery and etc., etc. So, you know, finding the sweet spot is still something that I'm working on, and it seems that in order to stream, I've got to run on low configuration for graphics. Otherwise, it just eats up my GPU for some reason. So, in any event, we are running on low, but it still looks pretty cool. And you know, I just wanted to do a little bit of flying tonight and see if anybody wanted to come on and check out the stream and questions and stuff. So anyway, that's what we're all about here. All about kind of learning what's going on with this new version of X-Plane. And enjoying it. It's lots of fun. So let me just give me 1 second here. Yeah, so like when I open up a window that's got video on it, like a Twitch window, it just completely barrels my computer, which kind of sucks. But, so I'm learning as I go here. I'm learning that I definitely need a new, a more faster processor. That's for sure. But so I'm actually using the second PC here for just to keep track of what's going on with Twitch. I may set up another streaming PC, we shall see. Just give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so try to keep things as optimized as I can. Just running all these processes like, you know, like this thing up here in the upper left, the ForeFlight iPad window. I mean, that's taking like 6-7% of the CPU, and then you add OBS, which is 10%, and then onward and onward, it just adds up. Now, I could probably lower OBS by switching the settings to 30 frames per second. I'm sure I can do that midstream. Probably not. Yeah, so I'm doing it 60 frames per second. I'll probably go down to 30 frames per second there. But seems to be okay. It looks like I should get decent frame rates here. The whole trick with X-Plane VR is, you know, you want to get 45 frames per second. You know, let me show you the if I show you this here, that's the desktop. You can see right there, that's what it looks like. I'm getting 43, 44. And if I go into the plane, I'm getting close to 44, so we should be fine. That's the whole trick. You want to get 44, 45, you want to get as close to 45 frames per second as you can. And that's the trick. So thanks for checking the stream out, guys. Again, we're just going to do some flying here. We still need some better control in the cockpit. Just difficult to get at some of the things. But even at low settings, my graphics settings right now, our textures are low, visuals are low, autogen is low, and anti-aliasing is on the second selection. And that's basically where I'm in. But it still looks really good. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we're able to, you know, crank this thing up, you know. So the first thing I want to do here, this is a pet peeve, we've got to get to the point where the map, come on, go to enter, come on, enter, come on, is track up all the time. Once you set that, it should stay that way. I don't know why, it always goes back to north up. So I think they need to fix that. They need to make sure that the way you have it selected, it should always stay that way. Now, I did find an application on Steam. It's called, hey, thanks for the follow there. I appreciate that. I don't know why I'm not seeing followers there. Let me just see who that is. For some reason I'm not seeing follows. Let me just see. Fire streams, I guess, just follow. I appreciate that. All right, so yeah, so basically, still ironing things out. Starting to come to the understanding that I need to upgrade my CPU from a 6700 to a 77K. I think that's going to be my next step, and you know, to tweak things, and hopefully that'll mean, you know, better frame rates. But still, like I said, even though I'm at low settings, it still looks really good. So, all right, so we're going to taxi, and we're just going to fly around the wilderness here a little bit. Should be fun. Just want to see one thing. Now we're popping 99%. Hopefully I'll go back down here a little bit. I'm monitoring my CPU, so I'm running at like 84%, between 80 and 84% right now. So there was a little trick that found out from Fergus on VR Aviators group that you can set Oculus Home as administrator, which means it doesn't run when you are running X-Plane. So you don't need to have that extra resource running. You can just run it off Steam VR, which is good. It's a good savings of resource, and that's helped out quite a bit, actually. So, any event, enough talking. Let's get flying. All right, let's go. I still can't get over the smooth motion of this. It's just so smooth. It's, like I said, it's analogous to, like, if you see those commercial simulators where the way the video moves on them, it's very similar to that.
Approaching runway 08.
Thank you. Gonna take off 08, just fly up into the mountains a little bit.
Entered runway 08, 8,700 feet remaining.
And again, this is all stock scenery here, so. We are getting a little judder. One of the first things I ever did in X-Plane is fly up into the mountains here in Juneau. Yeah, so X-Planes is pulling about 35% of the CPU. And I'm a total of about 77, so. Yeah, the streaming doesn't help. The streaming adds a lot to it. That looks really good. So crisp. You still got that issue with the X-Pad kind of jumbling around. You can see it right there. You can never get the X-Pad out of frame. It's always... someone said you could put it under the seat and that'll take care of it, but I haven't really checked that out yet. Yeah, you need a lot of power to stream X-Plane VR Beta, that's for sure. You need a lot of power. It is a resource hog. But it's also producing, you know, better visuals than what we're used to with flying sides, so, you know, I can understand it. There's the Juneau Airport right down there. Fly over top of that. I did have Plane Command installed in here, but I uninstalled it. Let's go autopilot, let's go altitude, and set our heading bug. We'll go heading, so we'll fly that heading. Getting some weird artifacts on the propeller. It looks almost like smoke. Kind of weird. This is part of the beta. Sometimes you get some ghosting. Stick your head out the window, it's a lot clearer. You can see that, I don't know if you can see the propeller's got like a smoky kind of effect to it. Kind of weird. Now the one thing I can do is, now that I got this set up, I can probably go down here, and I can go over here, and I can turn my pitot heat on. So I can't get behind there because I keep bumping into my yoke. So if I can move this around now, I can move my dash up and down, or my instrument panel up and down, and get to it, which is good. I think there's an airport over here. I mean, X-Plane's only using about 35% of the CPU. The rest of it is the other junk. Air server, OBS, Oculus mirrors about. That's not that much. It's less than 1%. Steam VR isn't a lot. So it is mostly X-Plane. X-Plane's like 38%. Now I'm running X-Plane as administrator. Sorry, Oculus as administrator, so that way Oculus Home doesn't open up. But that causes problems with the tool tray because then the audio function doesn't work with the tool tray. So it's all kind of figuring stuff out, you know. Like someone was saying they were seeing 2 suns, and that's when you have visuals all the way maxed on 80 HDR, you'll see 2 suns. So that's an issue that has to, I think they know about it. A number of people have seen that, so I'm sure that's been reported. Yeah, so I think there's an airport on the other side of this little hill here. The other thing I noticed is that the landscape is dark. I mean, it's supposed to be 12 noon. Or around 12:20, I guess it is, and it seems like it's like a cloudy day, even though I don't have any clouds in the sky. So I think they've got to work on the lighting a little bit in VR, because it always seems like it's like early morning, or it always seems like it's about like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what it seems like at noon. I don't know what happens if I try it early in the morning. It's, maybe it'll get brighter, who knows. Well, I thought there was an airport over there. I thought there was. Let's just take take this off autopilot. We'll just fly down here. Oh, so I started to tell you about the app that I found on Steam. It's called OVR Drop. OVR Drop is an app that allows you to bring in an external mirror into the VR environment. Now, I had it working. I was able to bring in Twitch chat, and it worked really well, but the problem is that it just ate up a lot of cycles, so I just don't have the cycles for it. It's amazing. I got a pretty beefy computer, and it's not strong enough to. It's not powerful enough to do these things I want to do. Because VR is such a heavy hitter, So the other thing I wanted to let you guys know that if you're interested in giving feedback on 11.20 VR, go to the developers blog, Laminar Research's developers blog. There's a number of posts on there, and people are leaving their feedback all the time. And the guys that are developing the software, they're listening. They're watching those posts. So you might want to just check that out. It might be something that you might want to check out. And even though we're getting a little bit of judder, it's still very smooth movement. Really smooth. Let's see, nearest airports. Let me get my mouse. Click that right there. Closest one is Juneau. I thought there was an airport over here, but I guess there's not. Flying X-Plane 1120 VR in Juneau, Alaska area. This is the stock scenery. We're not using any ortho or anything like that up here. Just testing things out. I can tell you that in most areas I can run medium textures, medium visuals, and medium world objects with this plane. The G1000, the 172 G1000. So that's pretty good. I want to fly the Kodiak up here that I bought, Quest Kodiak. Over time, we'll start to see better optimization. We'll start to see more planes, third-party planes certified with VR. I think if you want a plane certified, what I would do is I would write the manufacturer, drop them an email, and ask them, hey, when are you going to certify for X-Plane 11, VR? Now, the Kodiak does work, although it's a little glitchy. Sometimes the frame goes away. Sometimes you can see through to the bottom of, through the bottom of the plane. It's got a little bit of glitchiness to it. The V-Flight Air SR20, that works very well. The B1900D, that works, except some of the labels on the instrument panel don't show up sometimes. So it's got the little kludgy things here and there that have to be modified. But the 172 works fine. 737, all the stock, the stock plane 737. I think the ones that don't work are the Sears jet, the helicopter, and the spy plane. I think everything else works. So kind of stick with the stock planes for now. If you go to third-party planes, you get what you get. I got some weird anti-aliasing up in those mountains, and that's probably because I'm on a pretty low setting. Let's head back to Juneau. Little bit of judder you could take. It's when it's crazy judder that drives you nuts. And every once in a while you get like a flash. I get like a flash in my right eye. Like a warble just in the right eye, and that's really kind of uncomfortable. I think someone else commented on the darkness. Like, it doesn't seem like it's noon. It doesn't seem like it's 12. I know we're in the up in the north here, so the lighting is going to be probably a little bit different. But even down, down south, like in central of the United States, you still have that weirdness to it. Nice thing about this G1000 on the MFD, I could see the airport and I could see which way the runways are running, which is great. It's such a great thing to have. See that ice flow up there. Now we're starting to get these weird ghosting reflections. You can see them right there. It's like that island is reflecting weirdly. Look at that. If I put my head out the window, it's gone, but I guess it's off of the windshield. So if I put my head out the window, I don't see it. But when as soon as I go like that, I get like these weird reflections off the window. Maybe it's supposed to be there. Not sure. Doesn't seem like it should be. Now let's get our mixture in. Start to slow the plane down. And one thing is I can pretty well make out where I've got to turn and stuff here. Much more so than flying side, so that's good. Now it just got brighter. Probably as bright as it should be. Let's get our first notch of flaps, and we still have that little bit of weird reflection stuff going on.
500.
I do like flying the Cessna. I highly recommend, if you're new to X-Plane, spend a lot of time in the Cessna. Put 50 hours in the Cessna. Seriously. When you get confident with that, it'll help everything else you fly. See my shadow over there? We are getting some judder here. Let's put that second notch of flaps in. Start to slow that plane down. We're going to head to Key West after this. See what it looks like there. I do miss flying with the ortho, that's for sure. But gotta sacrifice it for playing with the beta. Get our trim up a little bit. Don't want to stall it out. Coming down nice and easy. Airport looks really nice.
Flight 209er clear for Vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hey, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. All right. Give me 1 second here, guys. Bro, my leg. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take off air server. I think I just want to get back some cycles here, so I'm going to remove the air server thing. Stop mirroring, and that'll free up a little bit. Let me go back to the this overlay. Oop. Get rid of air server. I just freed up a little bit of that. Freed up some cycles. So I think I'm going to have to live with flying without that that air server thingy. Unfortunately, maybe I can find one that uses less GPU. Anyway, let's get to let's go down to Key West. Let's go to flight config. We're going to go to change location. Click here, and we go K E Y W. Now, what I did send them a note. Like, it would be really nice to have like a clicking sound when you hit a key here, because you kind of like have to look up and down like this to see what you're clicking. So or entering. So when you have an audible clicking sound when you hit a key, you would know that that key is properly set. So let me go customize, and I'll take off from that side. Actually, let's go here, and we'll taxi a little bit. Maybe we'll go to the V flight. Maybe go to the V flight air. Let's do that. See what that's like. Yeah, getting rid of that air server really cut down the CPU, so I'm gonna have to figure out something there. Yeah, you think with a i7 6700 and a Ti 1080 Ti, I wouldn't have to worry too much about it. But VR is, and we know X-Plane takes up a lot of cycles. We're now running 67, 68, 70, 71, so that's reasonable. Reasonable, getting good frame rates. Cool. All right, that's good. All right, so let's get ourselves straightened out here. I like to take these reflections off. All right, should be good to go frame-wise. My favorite plane. It looks good, even in low settings. This looks good, but we don't see, like, you don't see the stitching in the dashboard. But the G1000 looks fine, and everything's pretty legible. Nice and clear. Now, this looks brighter here. It looks, maybe it's because we're, maybe it's because we're in the, we're closer to the equator. I'm not sure. All right, let's get myself situated here. Hope you guys can see all that. And we're just going to take off. Do a little flying around the Keys. This is super smooth. So yeah, running that air server takes up a lot of cycles. That's so smooth. Hope you guys can sense how smooth the movement is. It's just like butter. It's awesome. No stutters, no micro stutters like we used to have with X-Plane. Just seems like super smooth. We got those artifacts of the taxiway lines there, like in the prop, something that they've got to fix. I mean, I probably could run on higher graphics settings, but we're not going to push our luck here. All right, E-Flight Air SR20. Here we go. Flaps to 1. Sit back and flyer. And we're off. Get up to 85. We're 84 and flaps up. Nose dips. Nice smooth flight. No judder whatsoever. I would like to fly on medium, but Maybe I can do that now that I turned off that aviator thingy. Sorry, the air server. We'll get my ForeFlight up here so I can see where the hell I am. So smooth, really smooth. All right, let me see if I can get my autopilot on here. So I'm going to set my heading bug. Boom. And we're going to go autopilot. Damn it, autopilot. Heading. So we're holding that heading, and we're holding, get my altitude select. Let's do this. Flight director off. Oh, I don't have it on. I don't have a, what do you call it anymore? Let me just scroll down here. And I can do this. Okay, now let's do this. All right, here we go. Good. Beautiful. Took a little bit to get the autopilot going. I just wanted to see what you guys are saying in chat here. So a couple things here. What I'm seeing is the artifacts of ASW. Oh, ASW. Okay. I can see chat when I take the headset off. No, I'm using OBS, and I'm using Oculus Mirror. There is an app called OVR Drop that you can use to bring in the Twitch chat window, but I just don't want to bring it in yet because I'm still tweaking to make sure I maintain 45 frames because otherwise it's unwatchable and unflyable. So right now, that seems to be, we seem to be doing okay there. But yeah, there is that. It's called OVR Drop. It's available on Steam for like $11, I think. Actually works pretty well. Yeah, we've got to be patient for the final release. I don't need what, buddy? Isn't home. I have basically. I have Oculus Home not running. I don't have it running because it takes up too many cycles. I'm just basically running straight Steam VR. So basically what you do is you put Oculus Home in administrator mode and it doesn't have to run. So basically you pick up about 6 or 7% CPU. It's funny, I just wanted to reach out with my hand and turn the heading bug. Well, you got to remember, okay, I'm running OBS, I'm running Chrome, I'm running Oculus Mirror, I'm running Steam VR, I'm running Streamlabs, and I'm running X-Plane. So there's a lot running, right? Yeah, if I turn off all this stuff and just run X-Plane, I can run this. I can run at high, visuals high, and textures high. It's because I'm running all this other stuff. I mean, I had Chrome running, and I was looking at. I just turned the video on for Twitch so I could see what the stream looked like, and it knocked down the frames in X-Plane by like 10 frames per second. So I'm not sure, maybe there's something in the GPU that's got to be set, but there's definitely systems affecting systems. But I am getting used to the touch in the cockpit. That's for sure. Are we heading right toward? We're heading right towards Marathon, so I think I'm just going to tweak my heading a little bit here. I tell you, that last release of the V-Flight Air SR20 really was nice. I mean, level flight works in the autopilot now. The autopilot really works well. Did a nice job with it. Let's see. Make sure your GPU is set right. You need. Yeah. I have thread optimization turned off. Oh shit, dude. Are you sure about that, Elias? Are you sure about that? Absolutely 100% sure about that? Oh, that could be my problem, man. I'm pulling it up here to take a look. Yeah, I have it off, dude. I have it off. You know, it would really be nice if Laminar gave you an idea of what you should, how you should have your NVIDIA settings set up. It would be really nice if they had that, if they gave you some guidance. So you're saying turn threaded optimization on. Which I guess kind of makes sense. I guess that kind of makes sense. Wow, I'm glad you showed up in the chat. I'm gonna try that out, man. fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to land at Marathon. I wonder if I have to reboot for that to take effect. Do you think I'd have to reboot for that to take effect? Because I'd be interested to see if that has an effect. And I probably could just shut down X-Plane, make the change, and then restart it, right? I'm going to have to look at that, because if that's the case, if threaded optimization should be turned on for VR, that might be the issue. We're gonna find that out. We're going to find that out. Because if that's the case, that could, I mean, you never know. I mean, that's one of the challenges with this, because you hear some new thing and you're like, oh, that's going to help me. Oh, that's going to help me. Now look, now I'm not getting the weird artifacts and stuff in this plane that I was with the G1000. Man, I'm so glad this plane works. I'm so glad this plane works. Although I guess there's some weird artifacts down there. All right, Marathon's coming up right there, I'm pretty sure. And I figured out a way to zoom here. I could use the mouse. Click on this window and I can zoom in like this. That looks like my airport there. In any event, I think I'm going to take control here. We're going to fly it. We're gonna fly it to manual here, guys. Hand fly. Go down into Marathon. Marathon was hit so bad by that hurricane. What a terrible hurricane! It was so scary, because we had my wife's aunt lives in Key West, and she rode it out. She rode that storm out, and we didn't hear from her for like 6 days. Pretty frightening. That looks so freaking smooth. So smooth. See, that dude was here. He said turn threaded optimization on, and then he split. Alright, I'm gonna land this puppy, and then I put a feeler out to a guy that I know who would probably know. Okay, it is running smooth, man. I never landed at this airport before. Alright, we're flaps at 50. We're slowing her down. It's a different feeling landing with 11.20 VR2. It's just a smoother landing. There's less like of a stutter. Like there's always in flying side, you always have those like little micro stutters, if you will, you know. Those are gone, and the plane, so the plane feels more like it's responsive. The Marathon's a pretty nice airport. Well, this is stock scenery. I like those hedges there. It looks cool. That's why I'm doing these streams, just to like test stuff out, you know. Don't you love landing this plane? If you guys, Donovan, I think you own this plane. Don't you love landing this plane? Isn't it fun to land? Oh, that looks so cool, man. It's so smooth. It is so smooth. Alright, let's stop right here. And, I just want to check something out. Hey, Tech, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Can you get a genuine sense of height and bank and all that stuff? Yeah, the answer to that question is 100%. When you're in VR, there's no question that you get a sense of height. The altitude is absolutely real. You look down and you feel like you're 1,000 feet up or whatever you are. So yeah, it's 100%, and that's the thing that's so great about it. Not only that, when you're landing, if you're landing, let's say in a pattern, doing a base turn or whatever, you know, the fact that you have free movement of your head, it just gives you the ability to better line up a runway. You know, what I suggest you do is, I've got a video on my YouTube channel. It's called it's called Virtual Reality Flight Simulation Guide. Watch that, and there I talk about all those things.
Clear for Vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hey, CityLight777, thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, so if you check it out, you'll check that video out. I answer a lot of those questions. Yeah, it is such a sweet plane. So give me 1 second here. I just wanna search up and see threaded optimization for VR. Optimizing VR graphics with late latching. Advanced tips for optimizing stereo. Let's see. I don't see anything about threaded optimization there. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just reading here. No, I don't know. I don't know. I can't verify what that dude said, and he split. I just can't. I don't want to go ahead and, you know, and do that. NVIDIA control panel settings. There we go. 3D panel settings. Ambient inclusion on, off. Anti-aliasing. Where's threaded optimization? Triple threaded optimization. Setting that manages multi-thread optimization for 3D application. Auto optimize turned on. Drivers manage optimization required on. Threaded optimization on. Forced on. Should always be set to auto for optimal performance and compatibility. Well, I've got it set to off. Well, let me try setting it to on. We're setting it to auto. Hopefully it won't crash my system. If it does, I'll just reboot. It should be auto. I'm going to put it on auto. Okay, it's now on auto. It's on auto, eh? Alright, well, I'm going to save this page and read it later because this is good info. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to compare. I mean, I'll compare. You know what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to knock this up to... Right now I'm getting solid 45. I'm going to go to here. And I'm going to knock these up to medium. I'm going to have to restart X-Plane. Quit X-Plane. Quit. Let's just see. That's what this is about. Experimentation. That's Steam VR Home right there. Guys, I appreciate you hanging out in the stream. Say hello. Thanks for the follows and thanks for the company. We're just checking out X-Plane 11 2.0 VR1, which is the first public beta release of X-Plane 11 VR. And hopefully, we might have struck a little gold here. We shall see. Oh, now my headset is blank. That's not good. Alright, so I think I'm going to have to reset Steam VR. Well, that's not good. I just killed Steam VR, so... Daniel Venturosa, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining. Donovan, you said you've been flying them a medium on both those for SR20 and solid 45, but still good enough to fly with. Yeah, I mean 45 should be fine. As long as you're getting 45, you should be fine. For some reason, I got gotta kill Steam VR end task. All right. So here we go. Hopefully. This will work. Daniel, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Can you hear me okay? I think everybody can hear me. Uh-oh. All right, I got to kill X-Plane. For some reason, I don't think... Error. SteamVR initiation failed. The composite collector failed. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try opening Steam. We're going to try opening Steam, and I'm in the middle of booting up here, guys, so... Responde Pura? I am responding. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I am responding. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Let me get Steam VR running. Okay, that's good. Now let's get X-Plane running. Okay. Daniel, turn up your volume. Might not have your volume down or something. So what we did here is we turned threaded optimization to auto. And now I got some weird shit in the headset. So I'm not sure that was a good move. Not sure that was a good move. We shall see. Okay, no problem, Daniel. I don't speak Spanish, my friend. No hablo español. Okay, let's go to, oh, you're Brazilian, okay. Let's go to enable VR. And let's see what kind of rates we get here. Okay, we got VR. It's good. Good news there. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Done. And we are getting 45. Solid. So that maybe helped, maybe didn't. We see, we were getting that before. Oh, no. You know what? I raised my graphics, so maybe that works. That have an optimization to auto might have helped. It might have helped. Let's see. Let's fly the other way now. We're going to fly... Wow, it looks so much clearer. Holy shit. It looks so much clearer. Alright, we'll fly back to Key West, I guess. Why don't we do that? So we're going to fly... Well, where the hell are we? But we're marathon facing east, so... Let's see, where can we fly to? Maybe we'll just continue to fly up. There's no other airports to hit here until we get to the mainland. So let's fly back to Key West. Why not? But I have a feeling that that's making a difference. I'm flying with higher settings. Oh, it looks so much better. Threaded optimization on auto. And CPU's at 70%. I think that was my problem. Wow, is that freaking smooth. And Donovan, there's your name. Now I can read it. Although it's not completely perfect. It's still a little blurry, but it's still better than it was. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, flaps up. That made a difference, man. because I raised the graphics up one click on both, and now I'm streaming, and it's running beautifully. It made a difference. Well, Ilios, I think that was your name. Thank you, man. I think you gave me some good information there, dude. Thank you. All right, let's set our autopilot here. Let's go to... we want autopilot on. Set our heading. And set vertical speed. Still, this is still kind of hard to do, the wheel here. There, we're going at 400. That's good. Hopefully we'll level off at 13.6. I gotta tell you, I'm really starting to like using the touch controller instead of the mouse. I'm starting to like it. It's more natural. You're reaching out, you're grabbing something, you know, you're grabbing a whatever. I want to see the engine parameters, I just go like that. So when I don't have anything in the way, you know, it's more natural. Okay, leveling off at 13.6D. Everything looking good. See if I can... Well, I could turn these knobs too. That's cool. Yeah, a lot of this stuff works. This guy doesn't work. I can't get past that. Let me just see if I can get down there. Let's switch the fuel pump on. No, I can't switch... Oh! Oh, I can. Good. Switch the fuel pump, the fuel tank. All right. A lot of stuff worked. Let's see if I can turn the air conditioner on. Yep. Turn the heater on. I can't grab the yoke, though. Can't grab the yoke. But a lot of stuff works in here. I wonder if that's just by chance. I guess it's just by chance. In any event, let's get our nearest on here. It does have a yaw damper. I forgot this plane has a yaw damper. Turn that on. Alright, let me see what you guys have to say here. Yeah, Key West. We're heading to Key West. Threaded optimization. City lights. Threaded optimization. I switched it to auto. And now I'm running... streaming. OBS is running, and my CPU is at 70%. I don't know what the GPU is at. I don't have MSI running, but the CPU is definitely working less hard. It's good news. It's really good news. That's why I'm doing these streams, these beta testing streams. Get everybody on here. You know, let's test shit out. Let's see what it's going to do, you know? I think it's good to do that. I'm going to do a little bit of further testing with it, and I'm also going to see, because right now, maybe auto is the best setting. It probably makes sense because, you know, before everyone, it was always, oh, listen, you want to leave that off for X-Plane. You want to have that off for X-Plane. But, you know, now that you got VR in the mix, I think it makes sense. I mean, I'm basically pegged at 45, which is what you want, right? And, you know, medium, I'm happy with that. And I wonder if I could raise it up even higher. I'm happy with medium, though. I think medium looks really, really good. No, Donovan, you asked about ortho before. I don't have ortho. This is my beta. My beta install. I have ortho in Las Vegas, which I'm probably going to remove, and I might put it down here because I think this is... I like flying down here. It's fun to fly. You get to see some cool shit. In fact, I think I'm going to do that at some point. Because I want to have one area of my test system that does have ortho. Man, that is so freaking smooth. Just watching it, it's awesome. Alright, let's see. Guess we got a little bit. I keep trying to grab the mouse, but I want my heading button with the Oculus Touch. See right there. We can switch our views. We can go ride along. That's a cool view. Or we can go a circle. And we just use the joystick on the touch to circle around the plane. That's a really cool view. And we got, let's see what else we got. Tower. Well, that doesn't do us much good. And we got cockpit. Well, we got. Well, I like the ride along. That's kind of cool. That looks so clear. So clear. It really does. Let me get back in the cockpit. Might just start hanging the touch on the yoke. I have my, this is my Oculus home controller or whatever, but I think I'm going to start hanging the touch on the yoke because I don't really use this that much anymore. And having the touch there, I'll just be able to grab it, you know. Instead I have to peek out a little hole. Let me go over here and grab that and just turn like this. Very cool. Finding shit out tonight. We're finding shit out. So, have all you guys installed native VR? How many of you guys have installed native VR? I'd love to hear what you guys think of it. I think it's getting better and better, especially as I'm, you know, we're figuring out these parameters. Man, that is looked at. No, I don't know if you're probably seeing a little black in the left side because that's just Oculus mirror, but there is no black art. When I turn my, that was just because I think I switched scenery, but it is like completely solid. Turn my head, it's like I'm turning my head for real. Nice. Cruising along at 171 in my favorite GA plane. Not sure why my nearest isn't working. I mean, Key West should be coming up, right? And the reason why I don't have terrain on the MFD is I don't have that terrain radar installed on my beta version. So, I mean, you could see that you can always tell the X-Plane scenery because it's got the jagged edges around the shorelines. Still cranking 45, man. Got it. We finally got it working. Been loving it, honestly. Same problems you've already mentioned. Yeah, it's exactly. Airbus planes work well too. Oh, okay. Okay, so the touch controller doesn't work. Aerosphere Warrior 2 works. I might try the Seminole. I love that plane. The Aerosphere Seminole is great. Cool. Good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, I was going to try the Eclipse. So far, I've gotten the B1900D works well, except there's label issues. Like you can't see labels on some of the instrument panel stuff. The Quest Kodiak is a little sketchy. It does work at times, but it's a little sketchy. This plane obviously works really well. This has probably been the best one so far of a third party that I've been able to use. And the fact that the touch controller works on pretty much everything is fantastic. But a little bird told me that Laminar is working hard to help out with the accessing of switches when you have physical yokes and stuff. So I think they're hearing everybody, and I think they're going to come out with a solution that everyone's going to love. But yeah, that's the great thing about them is they're really, I think they're really super interested in making things right, making it work right, and that's good. You know, that's really good. We're going to slow the plane down here. I'm going to land at Key West. I keep grabbing the mouse. I'm so used to grabbing that mouse. Now here's going to be the test. I'm going to go to Las Vegas after this. That'll be the test for this threaded optimization change, because there, you saw I was getting 40, pretty much 45 in Juneau. It's getting pretty much 45 here at higher settings after I made the change. And I want to see, because Las Vegas, mechanic Las Vegas has caused me problems. So I want to land here at Key West, and then we'll check out Las Vegas. You know, the thing is, when you have that smoothness and you lose those micro stutters, you start to feel like you're really flying. Oh, there is one as I speak. But you start to feel like you're flying a real plane. You start to get immersed in it, you know. Man, Key West is a small island. All right, let's give her a go. Autopilot off. Start to slow her down. I have a feeling that after maybe 15 hours of flying, using that touch is going to become really natural. I really do. It was never natural with flying side. But I have a feeling it's going to become natural. I tell you what would be cool though is that it would be cool that if there was a spot on the plane, like whenever you holster the touch, like it always goes to that spot, so it's like sitting on the dash or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. All right, we're slowing this plane down. We're gonna hit our first notch of flaps there, and we're gonna come out here a little bit further. Start to make a slow base turn. Now this is what's great about VR. Just looking around, I can look right out the wing. There's I could see the airport. I could see where I am as far as how I'm lined up with it. I can really get a sense for where I need to be on my final turn, and get a sense for when I need to start my final. Just right there. Get my flaps in. Coming in a little steep, but I'll be able to put it down. Get those flickers every once in a while, and you see Steam VR images of the sensors. I'm not sure if that's Steam VR doing that. I have read that Steam VR does have some weird stuff going on with when it comes to Rift, because it really was originally designed more for Vive. I mean, Steam VR basically is the Vive home, okay, for the most part. So it's got some, you get some weird things going there. We're just we're on idle right now. We're gonna float right down, back wheels. All right, let's stop right there. Flaps up. Now let me show you this cool thing right here. Get that plane down like that, and I'm going to show you this. So we go to here, we're going to go to replay. Oops. And we're going to rewind it. And we could watch our landing. A little steep. Couldn't do this with flying side. This is nice to have. This is nice to have. Alright, we gotta flare it out there and floating a little bit. Back wheels, please. Back wheels, please. Alright, not too bad. Love it. And replay. Alright, cool. Let's go to change location. We're gonna go to KLAS. And we're gonna go where do I usually start? We'll start there. Confirm. Remember our settings. Start new flight. It's gonna take a little bit to load. And hopefully be okay. City Light, you're still working on your settings. I'm also very impressed with your native VR. Yesterday you tried MD80. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Rift controller. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, the Panthera is on my list for sure. Waiting for Rift with 4K. I think you're gonna be waiting a while for that. Dude. Probably 2019. You know. Oh, dude, come on. There's no one in the world. But here, listen. This is what I wanted to see. All right, so I was not able to get this kind of frame rate before at Las Vegas in this plane. Now, admittedly, I was in the Cessna, so let me switch to Cessna. Oh crap! Let me switch to the Cessna. Donovan, if I was really going to land in Key West, I would have looked at the sectional and figured out that it was the correct way to pattern in. But I just wanted to pattern in that way so I could get it over with. All right, let's see. All right, so that's better, much better, much better. I know you are, but I know you're stickler. You're a stickler for your aviation perfection, so which is fine. You should be. So this is good. This is good news because my settings are. I forgot. Let me just look at my settings in here. Settings are medium, anti-aliasing, so that's pretty good. Considering we're streaming and everything. Let's just have a flight here. And I'm pretty sure this isn't ortho. A little judder. But much better, much better. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to go to. This is why I like doing these streams. I'm going to change time of day to 6 o'clock. Ooh, that's nice. Lights are on. Now I want to tell you that the lights in X-Plane VR are much better than flying inside. At this point in the dusk. They're much more pinpoint, if you will. Smaller, less blurry. The stars at this point look really cool. They're, very tiny, kind of faint. They twinkle almost. But it looks pretty cool. Now, when you get to darker, like dead dark at night, the stars still have that bloom to them in VR. And I think that's just an issue with the headset, the density, pixel density of your headset, right? You're not going to have that, and your eyes are so close to the pixels that you're going to get that blooming effect. So I'm not sure we're going to ever get away from that until we get, into the higher res headsets, like Donovan said, in 2020, or probably 2019, I would think. But the lighting does look better in X-Plane VR. In my humble opinion, I think the lighting looks better. Flying down the strip here. Could you imagine if you actually did this in real life, what would happen to you? It's pretty smooth, though. Fly out to that airport. I don't even know what it's called, but we're going to fly out to it. Get that building right in the middle of the nowhere there. I don't know, boys, it's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. And what I love is on the MFD, I can see the direction of the runways, which is great. Well, I think that threaded up optimization makes a difference. I have it on auto. I'm going to see about, I'm not going to do it during the stream, but I'm going reboot everything and turn it to on and see if that has an effect. So, I mean, really, mostly what I run on this computer is X-Plane 11 in VR. And the question is, you know, when I'm back and fly inside, which I'm still going to be using for a little while, what kind of effect will that have? That's the question. All right, let's put this puppy down here. Easy to see that runway. So now the test will be when I post this video to YouTube and some of our tech friends start checking it out. They're going to see that thing about threaded optimization, and we'll probably get a bunch of different opinions about it. I'm not sure what airport this is. It was a pretty nice landing, though. Let's see if we can check that one out, what it looks like at nighttime. That's a weird feeling, I tell you that. Not bad. Not bad. But it is nice having that, that's for sure. Alright. Let's see what you guys have to say. Oh, you only know that because you've been flying there lately in Key West, yeah. That's cool. How about that? We're almost at 500 people in the VR Aviators group, man. It is, in fact, let me just pull it up here. I might, we're at 496. Make that 497. 497 people in the VR Aviators group. Donovan named it. It was a good name. So the poll on the I'm going to bring this up here. You guys could see here. Where's my Chrome overlay? Yeah, I learned a lot from it. Check it out. So I put up this thing here. I did a poll. I wanted to see. Out of members, we've got 45 people with Rift and Touch, 9 people with Vives, 7 people without a touch, and 3 with Windows MR. I'm surprised. That's a lot. 1 waiting for Pimax 8K, 1 waiting for Asus 3K, 1 with Pimax 4K. Okay. A majority of Rift owners. It's interesting. But anyway, guys, yeah, check out the VR Aviators group. If you're on Facebook, you want to join some. We've got almost 500 people there, all into VR aviation. And a lot of questions answered, a lot of, a lot of good knowledge and information from people. So, be sure to check that out. I think you'll get a lot out of it. All right, where else can we go? You know, maybe we'll go to St. Martin. Let's go to St. Martin. get out of this stuff here. What is St. Martin? One more thingy, and then we'll call it a stream. Let's see. Let's go to here. We're gonna go to flight config. I want to go back to daytime, and I want to switch it to back to my fave. And let's go to Princess PRIN, Princess Juliana. Customize, and we're gonna go. We'll just go right here somewhere. Beautiful. Confirm. Start new flight. Okay, the flight seemed to load up pretty quick, which is a good thing. Yeah, it is a great name. It was a good idea. Your name was a good idea. That name was a good idea. But there's some great people in that group. You know, a lot of people helping people out, and which is what it's all about. And really, really good to see. Really good to see. All right, I'm going to close this guy here. And for some reason, oh, I think something just happened here. Scenery missing. Okay, that's fine. Scenery areas, no scenery, have nothing but water around them. Oh, I know why. I don't have St. Martin. That's right. I don't have that set up on here, so we're going to have to go someplace else. Let's go to, let me think about this for a second. Where's someplace cool we can go? Oh, let's go to Oceano. L5. No, I know where we'll go. Let's go to French Valley. F70. French Valley. And we'll park it right there. Start new. Does crank up the CPU while it's loading. But I really think that threaded optimization change did the trick. I really did. It'll be interesting to see if I can now run it with air server. Be interesting to see. All right, so we're at 73, 74. Takes a little time for it to settle down a little bit. 77. Okay, French Valley. I want to take off. I hate those reflections. The glass. $75, $76. Okay, not too bad. All right, let's give her a go. I tell you, it's going to be fun flying Pilot Edge on this in a native VR for sure. We'll do one pattern and we'll call it a day. Flaps to 1. Set our heading. And we're good to go. Let's roll, baby. And we're off. 85, we want flaps up. Flaps up. See those airplanes there? Well, there goes a King Air taking on, or taxiing to the opposite. It's funny, when I'm in Pilot Edge, the AI goes this way. When I'm not in Pilot Edge, the AI goes the other way. Probably should turn AI off in this version here. Alright, let's make our crosswind turn. Going uphill. Then we'll make our downwind turn. Yeah, for some reason it always turns the boost on. I actually had an engine fire the other day. First time ever flying this plane in native VR. I got an engine fire. I was like, what? How did that happen? Maybe it's because the boost was on. I don't know. I'm going to leave it on for now because I'm just doing a quick lap here. But man, I can really see French Valley there. Could you imagine what it's going to be like when we can fly with high settings? Oh, it's going to be awesome. Donovan, when you fly the SR-20, does the boost come on when you start the plane up with engines running? The fuel pump booster? Alright, there we go. First notch of flaps. So nice to be able to see that runway just by turning your head. Getting a feel for it, leaning in. Oh, there goes that King Air. Leaning in here, just coming in and lining everything up nicely. Slowly, easily. Full flaps. We are coming in steep. So we're going to get like this. I want to see some orange. Show me some orange. Steep landings today. Flare her up. I think I did a bounce there. We'll see in a second. Let's go to rewind. Yeah, that's a little steep there, wouldn't you say? But we pulled it off. I think we got a bounce here, though. Boom. All right, we didn't damage the plane. That's the important. All right, well, I think that was pretty productive. say? Yeah, boost comes on. Okay, it's a backup system, secondary fuel pump. Checklist says it should be on for takeoff and landings. Yeah, okay. Or when switching tanks. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Alright, guys. Well, that's just going to about do it for me. I don't know about you, but I learned a lot tonight. There's something key important, so I'm going to spend a little time off stream here messing with this to see how it affects other planes and see if I can boost up my what do you call it, my graphics settings a little bit, hopefully. And even Oculus Mirror looks better with native VR. There's my Oculus Touch. Dun, 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 dun. I remember when these things first came out. I had one on order, and then a friend of mine had ordered 2 of them. So he got the 2, and I was able to buy his. So I got it really quick. But I was so excited to get them because it made such a difference in the game playing. This was before I discovered fly inside and stuff. But in any event, yeah, it was. Hey, listen, City Lights, it was helpful for me, and thanks for the follow. Donovan, thanks for contributing. Everybody, thanks for watching. I'm going to see if I can host somebody here. Let's see if we can, or let's see if we can do that. Who's there tonight? Let's see. Hang move me, guys. Let's host Val Dudes / host. You go over there, if you watch, just tell them I sent you guys, okay? Listen, I really do appreciate you guys checking out the stream tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Bambino Games for more Explain 11 in VR. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.